What is on the market? First, the most successful share the same features. They develop blood glucose, most of some guidance to nutrition with undeveloped calorie carb counting, all require manual data entry and none have any hardware integration. They range from 3 to 10 pounds, but price is the only aspect where the apps have a competitive advantage. In addition to these low-cost solutions, several device manufacturers have created simple apps to support the device, but all depend on manual data entry. The device management apps currently available needs to be simplified. There's far too much manual data entry, and the pseudo-scientific calorie and carb counting is likely to cause more harm than good. Very intended well, but does not significantly improve the life of a diabetic patient. They're fun and games, but not the perfect solution. In the last 30 years, several attempts have been made to come up with a perfect solution. Several methods have been tested in various modes and body size. Up to now, none of these have, for various reasons, outmarketed the invasive test solution, which have the benefit of being proven technology. Like automatic cars have the burden of proof to bear before they can replace driver-operated cars. But few doubt that non-invasive testing is the future. The important questions that needs to be answered are: why did these attempts fail? What is the most reliable non-invasive methods? Can it be integrated in a smartwatch? What requires the least user input? Will it be possible to integrate multivariate analysis, and will it be cheap enough? The invasive devices should rightfully be a thing of the past, but there is still an emotional barrier to fear to overcome. Over the last 30 years, hundreds of ideas have been investigated before, maybe 5 or 10 times, but the investigators have always run up against the same roadblocks. All ideas are revived by researchers who think they have a unique insight to why the other guys failed. New and unique ideas, but without scientific basis to support further tests, and then new and unique but stuck in testing, and finally, the perfect solution, which does not exist yet. At the University of Leeds, a non-invasive device is in development. It has the potential to be integrated in a smartwatch in the next generation, but most likely the otherwise really promising device will never even reach initial product launch. The last sentence in the presentation is the key. Ongoing clinical trials and product optimizations are required before regulatory approvals and launch. Well, clinical tests cost an approximate $15,000 per trial subject, and many of the ideas that never made it to the market failed here. The front runners of technology today are small developers, and they have difficulties raising the required funds. At the other end of the scale, of course, Roche is the biggest firm in the device industry. This is the product range currently offered for self-monitoring blood glucose by Roche. No, not from 1980. This is the current range. Some devices are already approved, such as GlucoTrack, available for around $2,000, but notice that the idea is based on a separate device, which interestingly has the same appearance as a 10-year-old smartphone. But why the extra device? It seems like a product which was a good idea when it was conceived, only to be surpassed by reality in the development phase. Another example of what is on the market, GlucoWise. Promising product, good smartphone integration, but the device, like the GlucoTrack, cannot operate continuously. Another interesting novelty is the non-invasive HQ1C, but this never made it to commercial success, and it is uncertain if the product will be tested further. To be successful today, it must become smaller and more conveniently worn than in the belt. But look at it as the first generation of mobile phones. Yes, they were big and clumsy, but the basic idea was right, so from then on, it was just a question of product development. The Abbott Freestyle Navigator 2 is available for £450, which is alright. But the invasive sensor units are disposable and will cost them approximately £300 a month. The receiver device has no smart device integration and does frankly not appear to be designed in this century. One integrative, continuous glucose monitoring smart product is in fact available. Dexcom have engaged in a joint venture with Apple in the development of the app and the iPhone integration. The iPhone can be made to work today, but it is clearly an afterthought. Why are there 3 hardware units in addition to the iPhone? Why is there a secondary device with a screen when the smartphone also has one? A starter kit is available in the UK for £1,000. Dexcom may come even closer to the perfect solution in the forecasted next generation with a proper iWatch interface, while the only downside is the generic setup that still relies on 4 other units for the iWatch to work. But the idea is price aside, very close to a perfect project. Except, consider at least £2,000 for a starter kit. The Dexcom is the only non-invasive continuous device. There are 3 other solutions, but they are all relying on concomitant use of an insulin pump. The perfect smart integration device does not exist. redeploying and rethinking existing technology, it will be possible